to try that hard to make that noise.
It's a spooky start today.
I'm back from the dead.
She is back from the dead. I am back from being back. And we are back in person again today. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to the bar today. We are back in person.
Uh-huh.
It's been a while since we've stood back here.
It's been a hot minute.
It was fun doing the puppet episode, though.
Yeah, our assistants did a good job.
Yeah, our assistants came in and they held down the fort for a while on the last one. The puppet show was quite entertaining. I had a good time.
Feels good to be back, though. Behind this.
It does. You can talk again.
Yeah.
You have your voice back after a prolonged time battling nose congestions and throat congestions.
The sickness of death.
Holy moly. Trying to stay
dead.
healthy is chore on its own in this life.
It is.
My God.
I actually talked to a woman the other day who basically said that was her job. Is just trying to stay healthy.
That's literally, yeah. Half of the job as a person that you have is just trying to stay healthy. And even achieving that day-to-day basis, just staying healthy is hard to do.
Yeah.
You know, the job of staying healthy as a person is incredibly hard to do day to day, let alone trying to achieve whatever else you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, so if you can stay healthy and do stuff, you're a superhuman.
You're basically like a superhero.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But, yep, I just have some residual phlegmage. So if I hack, I apologize.
Well, cheers again.
Cheers.
And welcome to the bar.
Yeah. It's good beer.
I feel like doing it a few times because I feel like it's just like getting the rust off.
Ha! Yup.
It's good.
It's good?
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
I hope your beverage is good, if you have said beverage.
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think people are, do you think people will drink more around the holidays, or is that just a myth?
Absolutely.
Is that just a myth, or do you think people are chugging back ciders and whatever else?
Oh, it's. I don't think it's quite into drinking season yet. At least not here.
Okay.
Because I think we've had abnormally warm weather. And so people aren't quite in hermit mode yet. Once people go into hermit mode or like hibernation mode, that's when drinking season starts.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's coming.
Fair.
I want to say, depending on our weather, by the end of next week.
Okay, it's hermit, crack the alcohol, visit your nearest retailer, stock the fridge up, put some bottles in your extra storage, and get ready for it. Yeah. It's going to be a good time.
Always.
Exactly.
Even if it's not, it still is.
A couple beers a day keeps the doctor away.
So they say, at one point anyway. Wow, that was a lot of rhymage.
Whoa, that's a lot of A. There's a lot of A going on in that.
There's a whole lot of A going on.
Yeah.
It is that time of year where I start going over my entire life and picking it apart. And
yeah, I don't know. I think there's something about like year-end reviews where people take the time towards the end of the year to like look at their year, fine-tune maybe how their year went, like diagnose it too much, see if they had a good or a bad year. It's like you can go nuts with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was it a good year, a bad year, a happy year, a sad year? Was it was it this year everything I wanted it to be? Did I climb Mount Everest? You probably didn't, so was it a good year?
Some people probably did.
Did you achieve Mount Everest this year? I don't know. Probably
it's not a goal of mine, so...
Probably not. You probably didn't climb it.
No, I don't want to. I have no desire to climb Mount Everest.
Climbing Mount Everest is not on my list of things to do.
No.
If I don't achieve that, that's not my...
It's okay.
I'll be happy.
Yeah.
I'm not like I wake up and be like, man, I haven't climbed Mount Everest yet. And that's like on my like list of things to do.
This week kind of felt like climbing Mount Everest for me, though. Kind of felt like that.
A few battles.
Yeah. Not bad, really, but it's...
Fair. Okay.
It required some gas in my
ass. I think a lot of self-learning has been happening.
Yeah.
And I think the journey of self-learning is something that just is ongoing.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like one of those things where you're like, okay, I think I got it figured out. And then you float down 3 months and you're like, no, I don't. I do not.
I think I have my medical things figured out. No.
It's not even just that. It's like everything.
No. Get sick again.
Yeah. Probably be the story of the rest of my life.
You know, I think it's kind of the endless thing. I think once you set your accomplishments and your goals, and if you achieve them, then, and if you don't, you wonder if they're even the right ones for you.
I think I'm going to try and do that this year. I might try and set maybe a goal or two.
Okay.
Because and like, I don't do crazy ass goals. Like, I'm not like one of those super goal setters that I'm like, okay, this is my big goal, and then this is my medium goal, and this is my small goal, and these are, the steps. I'm not one of those people. I'm like, okay, within this year, I want to accomplish this. Mm-hmm. And I might have some ideas on how to get to that.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
So, I haven't done that in the last couple of years, because I find that setting goals when everything is chaotic does not work.
Yeah, in a chaotic environment where there's no kind of... there's a lot of randomness. It's hard to step into randomness and expect things. So it's like, if you're stepping into randomness and you're trying to expect stuff, it's like you're looking at a wave of like nothing could work out. So it's like, ugh.
And you're always gonna have a little bit of that randomness, but it's been too random.
Too random. Yeah. I mean, that's it. There's always going to be a randomness, but when it's too random, you got to take a look back and be like, this is just getting silly with all the random.
Back.
Nice. Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Thank you.
Hells yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be certain levels of random, but I think sometimes, when there's too much random, it's just hard to want to get out there and plan too much or try to accomplish things when everything feels so random.
Yeah.
It's like, why is there so much randomness going on right now?
I don't know. I thought I knew. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you have to learn to embrace the randomness.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm learning to embrace the fact that as much as you try and accomplish ways you can even achieve a goal, even sometimes it's like...
Sometimes... Getting out of bed is your goal, and that's okay.
Like I said at the start, sometimes just trying to stay healthy is a freaking goal, man.
It's true.
With all the things floating around and the virus this, virus that. Well, staying healthy is a big goal.
Yeah, and especially because now everybody's immune system is all out of whack. Because we've been wearing protection forever. Well, not forever, but... Mm-hmm. For a solid 2 years.
Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
Do it.
Yep. Wrap it up.
But yeah, so immune system goes, what? And I think that's why the cold virus this year is so nasty. It was the nastiest cold ever.
And you got hit pretty bad with that.
And granted, I'm going to feel worse than your average human, but...
Fair.
Whew!
Fair. That's true.
Woo!
I
became a narcoleptic.
Yeah, a lot of anomalies. Uh-huh.
Monopoly?
Well, monopolies, sure. Anomalies and monopolies.
Monopoly anomalies? Monopolomany?
Monopolomanies.
That didn't work.
Monopolomanies. We should play Clue again. I'm looking at it right now.
I like Clue.
Yeah.
Clue's fun.
Yeah.
Especially Nightmare Before Christmas Clue. Because it's a Nightmare Before Christmas.
Sure. Why is it with board games you're always going to say you're going to play board games more often, but you don't? What's the deal with board games?
Okay, my deal with board games, and this is going to sound real pathetic, but they freak me out.
Is that what it is?
They intimidate me. I'm intimidated by board games.
I
admit it.
It's like... But this is the thing with board games, is everybody... that likes board games always says they're going to play more board games. But you always... at least, me, and I know other people too. But, I mean, for me personally, I say, I'm going to play more board games. And I say, we should play more board games. Even the people that we, talk to say, board games are fun, they're great. And then be like, how often do you actually play board games? It's like maybe a little bit, not that much every now and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is.
I used to play them more.
Sitting down and playing a board game is so much fun.
It is fun.
You know?
Once you get into
a few friends, crack some drinks, board games, a good time.
Like, I get a little antsy in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
There's so many fun board games.
I don't want to do it wrong. Like, I'm so afraid of messing up
Well, if
the
you have to
rules.
learn a new board game with some new rules, yeah, sure.
And, like, especially if you're playing them with a group of people, because then everyone tries to tell you the rules all at the same time.
It's hard to go into a board game with other people that have played it, like if it's a new one to you.
Yeah.
And you're going in there as the new person to the board game X, and then you don't know how to play the board game. It's kind of like,
So if you're ever in this situation,
it's like, blah, blah, blah.
And you are part of the group of people that have already played said board game.
Mm-hmm.
Designate one person, one person to explain the rules to the newbies.
Yeah.
Don't everybody try and explain it all at once, because it makes the newbie, i.e. me, want to cry and hide under the table and never play a board game again.
Fair. Board game trauma.
I get overwhelmed.
Board game trauma.
And I cry. That's what I do when I get overwhelmed. I cry.
Fair. Board game trauma.
Board game
it
trauma.
leads to not wanting to play board games.
Or I have card trauma.
Yeah, you have card game trauma.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Leads to not wanting to play card games.
At least I got over it for Habitat for Humanity. Oh my god. Woo! What's the name of that card game?
Cards Against Humanity.
Thank you. That game. For a long time, I wouldn't go near that game.
Cards Against Humanity is fun.
It is fun, but I wouldn't go near it because
some
I
of
would
those
see the
cards are
and
wild.
I'd panic.
Some of the cards are wild.
It sounds so pathetic when you say it out loud. I see a playing card and I panic.
Did you like build a giant deck of like a house of cards as a kid and then have it like crumble like in front of your face to a point where you were just like shattered because the like deck of cards just crumbled in front of you?
I think I
and
only
it was
made
like
it
the
up to
end of
3
your
levels.
world because the card deck just like died and you're like, no.
I take it this happened to you?
Yeah, a couple times.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry that happened.
To my own fault, but I mean, when you're trying to build the card deck and you have a house of cards, I should say, and you have a nice house going on and there's cards and it's looking nice, like a nice house of cards, and then you try to add that one more card and then it knocks the whole thing into itself and then it's just like, ugh. Then you throw your hands up and you're like, no! And then the cards just
fall
fall.
down eventually. Right?
Well, yeah, but you'd like it to stand up to the point where you're like, I'm done. But if you don't get to that point and it falls down in like the last couple cards,
I never do.
like I've gotten a few over time where I stack the cards up and it's a nice like house of cards or whatever, and then it looks cool, and then I'm just sitting there like, sweet, and then I just knock it over myself. That's cool. That's fine. But it's when you haven't accomplished the house of cards you're trying to build, and then it falls, and you're like, God.
Have
and
you
it just
ever
crumbles.
tried to blow over a house of cards with a fart?
I did not see that coming. Blow over a house of cards with
Do
a
you
fart.
think you could get enough wind from a toot
Man,
to knock over a house of
I don't
cards?
think you could.
No?
I don't think you could. There's
Not
not
even
enough.
like a big ripper?
No, there's not enough air pressure coming out of your toot to knock over the house of cards. And if somebody can pull that off, that would be impressive, because I don't think you could fart over a house of cards.
Bare butt.
Sure, I don't care. Any way you want to try and pull it off. I don't think you could fart enough excess wind towards your house of cards to knock it over. I don't believe you could get enough energy into a toot to knock it over.
Even if out there is willing to.
Even if it's just a
test this
house
for
of
science.
cards, I don't think you could knock it over with a fart. I really don't think you could get enough pressure in there to toot that over.
That's a big toot.
It's a pretty big toot.
It is.
Pretty big toot.
That's a tugboat. Tugboat toot. Titanic toot.
Ooh!
Titanic toot.
Titanic toot.
That's fun to say.
Man. The Titanic, that's like a endless tale of...
I was obsessed.
Yeah. Human achievement versus just human, like, greed versus just, like...
Yeah.
We're too much of the shit, I think. Anytime people reach a point where you feel like you're too much of the shit, something bad happens.
Yep. Absolutely. Every time. Every time.
It never fails.
Mm-mm.
You gotta stay in a nice pocket of this is a great accomplishment, but we're not going to be too much of the shit. Let's crank her to the
Be
max.
confident, but be humble at the same time.
Yeah, let's crank her to the max. We're going through the iceberg. Oh, the Titanic.
So sad.
You know, the one thing that I do enjoy about the modern world, though, is if you're on a cruise ship now, you barely have to worry about icebergs anymore, right? Because they're all kind of melted. So
That's true.
In the modern world, you can't really have a Titanic 2, you know, unless you really, really try hard. Yeah, sure, there's still some up there.
We now realize that any ship can sink.
Oh, yeah.
People didn't...
Yeah.
Well, not everybody didn't realize this.
Fair.
If you had any sort of... I don't want to say intelligence, that's the wrong word. But if you understand how things are built and how things work, you would know that a ship will sink if there's a giant hole in it.
Yeah.
Like, if boat on water and hole and water goes in hole, boat sink. Like, that's physics, people.
Yeah, boat has hole, water go in boat, boat sink.
Yes.
I like that analogy. That's pretty well done.
Thank you.
It's pretty well done.
Thanks.
Boat have hole, water go in boat, boat sink.
That's the way it works.
Usually if you see videos of boats sinking, it's all generally the same.
Yeah, usually there's water in the boat. Mm-hmm. It has hole.
Or sometimes it goes, boat has party, too many people on boat, boat sink, too many people can't hold people, boat sink.
But, okay, if the boat sank, like the party boat, once everybody fell into the water, would the boat come back up? Or would it
depends. It depends because as long as the water didn't get too far down, it would probably pop back up.
You imagine you're like, nah, and then the boat's like, not just getting boring, but you kind of keep doing this because you're all in the
that'd
same
be
spot.
funny. If there was like
Got a funny image in my head.
if there was like 50 people on the boat and 50 people was too much for that boat, and you could only have like 40 to 45, so there was 5 people just like couldn't get back in the boat. So they were just bobbing in the water. We can't take you back, guys. There's too many people on the boat.
But if you get rid of Billy, then 2 of us could come on the boat for 1 Billy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's gotta be Billy.
Big Billy.
Big Billy.
You gotta
Big
get
Billy
Big
Bob.
Big Billy. You can sacrifice Big Billy for 2 more people. So I don't know.
Do you sacrifice Big? You could use Big Billy as a life preserver.
That's true. And Big Billy, I mean, he's probably cool being in the water anyway. So you know.
You think so? Why?
Yeah.
Because he's buoyant.
Yeah, Big Billy likes to swim. Sure.
Big buoyant Billy.
Big buoyant Billy. Big buoyant Billy's boat rides. Hey, welcome to Big Buoyant Billy's boat rides. I'm Big Buoyant Billy. Taking you out for a boat ride on my big buoyant boat.
Wow.
Billy here. Billy here. Captain Big Boy Billy. That's pretty funny.
That is funny.
Big Boy Billy's buoyant boat rides.
Woo! Woo!
He'd be in like Louisiana or something like that.
Oh, definitely. Somewhere southern.
Come for the boat ride, stay for the fried gator. We'll get some right after.
Gross.
Right after.
I couldn't ever eat gator.
Never have. I don't know.
Or
I don't
crocodile.
know.
I couldn't do it. I have too much respect for those animals.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never tried
I bow
it.
down to the...
I've never tried gator or crocodile.
I heard it tastes like chicken.
Does it? Yeah.
I feel like that's something everybody says.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Everything. You realize that chicken doesn't taste like much.
What does it taste like? Chicken.
Chicken tastes like whatever you cook.
Does it taste like chicken? Chicken, yeah. It tastes like chicken.
It's a light, meaty flavor.
It kind of tastes like chicken. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I hate when someone tells you something tastes like chicken and then you eat it and you're like, dude, this does not taste
This
like chicken.
does not taste like
It does
chicken.
not taste like chicken.
Not like chicken.
It tastes like kangaroo.
Bam.
Kangaroo does not taste like chicken.
Exactly. So don't let anybody tell you the kangaroo tastes like chicken.
I like kangaroo.
There you go. You
I
tried it.
once. I did. It was
There you go.
delicious. I did a lot of research before eating it, though.
There you go. Research the food that you eat.
Yep. It was yummy.
Mm.
Did you know that 80% of the world eats bugs?
Did you know that kangaroos like boat rides?
No.
Nice.
I don't think a kangaroo would like a boat ride.
Why not?
Because they're super terrestrial.
What about a plane ride?
Oh, definitely not.
No?
No, it would freak right out.
Fair. That's fair.
Dune buggy.
Dune buggy. Kangaroo and a dune buggy.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's a funny image.
That's pretty cool. I think kangaroos are probably like dune buggies. But
think
like, so when you say 80% of people eat bugs...
80% of the world.
Oh, shit. Are you saying daily?
Yeah, as part of their like daily nutrition. Yeah. North America is like
Like in developed countries?
Yes. It's like cuisine. Because it's...
I don't eat bugs every day. I don't eat bugs at all.
Yeah, but you're from North America.
What's what I'm saying?
So apparently, I learned this today.
Just trying to figure this out.
Okay, so the majority of the world eats insects as part of their daily nums.
So I'm the odd one out because I don't eat insects.
No.
Daily nums.
No, North Americans are weird. North Americans are
weird because we don't eat bugs.
Yes. And there's a reason, and I never knew until today. I'm like, hey, why is it that North Americans are so weirded out by eating bugs, but then everywhere else, it seems, in the world, they eat bugs all the time?
It's just what they do.
Yeah, because it's everywhere.
They're
it's
there.
Good for you. You
can eat them.
You can raise them easier than cattle, and pigs. Anyway, so apparently, the reason why North Americans don't eat bugs is because we were considered an agricultural hub. And so insects were viewed as being pests and bad. So that kind of seeped into our way of thinking. And so now we look at them as pests, as opposed to food.
Huh.
Interesting, eh?
Okay, so because we have the vision of them as pests and not food, we just say screw it.
Yeah, we just think they're, well, not me, but...
Yeah, I'm not eating pests.
People think they're gross, right?
I want to call pest control, get these things out of here.
Yeah. They're like, ew, it's dirty.
Where my pest control
at? It's a bug. It's a pest.
I just want to call Ghostbusters and get them out of here.
That's not the Ghostbusters song.
I did the remix, okay? I just took the end and looped it. Like every good remix. You just take the end and you loop it.
Is that how it works?
You take the end and you loop it.
That's it?
You take the end and you loop it. Loop it, loop it, loop it, loop it.
See, I can't do it.
You just take the end and you loop it. It's all you gotta do. And then you add a kick. All you gotta do. All you gotta do. All you gotta do.
What's that annoying noise? Is that what makes like the modern-esque music? You know, like the bad remixes that all sound the same. You know, when you hear one of those EDM
I'm still
songs,
hung
like
up on. I'm still hung up on eating bugs, but yeah.
Oh, okay, we can go back to that. I like that. That's fun.
But yeah, so just to kind of mash up the end of your thought was that you were just saying about EDM songs and how you think that the remixes can be bad because they just go do 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 and they repeat the same thing too much.
It has this like particular sound to it. It's like blom 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 blom.
Oh yeah, okay, I know what sound you're talking about.
Yeah, is that because of a kick drum or is that something else?
Sometimes if they put a duck noise with the kick drum, it can end up like a brah, 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 brah. It can be kind of weird.
Poor Donald.
Yeah. They should use more of like a bug sound, like a cricket and a kick drum. Maybe that would be cool.
A cricket and a kick drum?
That might work out.
Well, there's that one dude that records music with insects. I don't know if he still does that.
Yeah. I remember hearing some of that stuff.
That was cool.
That was cool, yeah.
And there was another guy, too, that I had read that was a composer that put together put a song together using cricket sounds.
Yeah, that was in that book.
That wasn't. The cricket sounds thing was different.
Oh, shit.
He did the cicadas.
The cicadas, yeah.
But there was this one other guy who was a full-on composer that made a whole song using different parts of the cricket song.
That's cool.
And like slowed down part of it.
That's so cool. See, that's a certain level of patience for sound manipulation that you need to do something like that.
Yeah.
Like to record it yourself and get all the sounds that you want from the crickets, then to take those sounds, you slow them down, pitch them, whatever, and make an actual track out of that. That's like next level patience towards like sound manipulation.
Yep.
But that's where you get the good stuff, though.
That is where you get the good stuff. Anything good takes time and energy.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, sometimes too much time and sometimes not enough energy.
Yeah.
Wait. I think I said that right.
I don't know. I knew what you meant.
Yeah. Good things take time, it's true, but sometimes you feel like it's just like, this is taking too much time.
That's why you gotta walk away from it.
Yeah,
and
I
come
guess
back.
so. But then it's gonna take you more time.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that it might actually end up taking you less time. Because if you're frustrated with something, you have to keep fixing things. Whereas if you just walk away, maybe at the end of the day, when you come back to it, you won't spend as long fixing things.
Oh, it'll fix itself. Yeah.
Sometimes it does.
Right.
Because it's all in your head.
Fair. Yeah. I kind of understand what you're talking about.
Thanks.
Yeah, I guess so. But usually if you have like a flat tire, it won't fix itself.
That's true.
So, but that's a different story.
It's like I have this like nagging voice in my head right now, and it's just because of my own personal brain. Someone today, I showed a picture of a painting I'm working on, and someone today was like, "Oh, is the sky gonna stay like that?" And I was like, "I'm not sure yet." Like I just kind of started.
I
thinking.
know.
And then like my brain's like, "Wait, does she think it's ugly? Is that why she said that to me? Should I change it?"
It's true.
Or is she just commenting on it?
I know. I find I kind of like I like the feedback you get on things when you're like halfway like through making it or doing it. To me, that's like the best feedback. It's the most honest you'll get.
That's true.
Arguably more honest when that thing you think is done.
The stage ugly?
Yeah, like the middle
Combos?
stages of whatever you're doing.
Yeah, my painting right now is definitely in its mid stage.
Like when you're in the middle stages of doing something and you get feedback on it, it's the most honest feedback you'll get.
Yeah.
You know, when you say, "Oh, I'm done," then they might just lie and say, "Oh, that's great."
Well, yeah, because I don't want to tell you it's shitty. That did happen to me once, though.
Is it great though?
I finished a painting and the person critiquing it told me that it was, the top half of it was crappy and the bottom half of it was good.
Oh yeah.
So I asked how to fix it, and he said paint over the top half.
Huh.
And I was like,
That's crazy.
But I don't wanna.
Yeah. Oh, nice. It must be so hard if you're doing like a tattoo and then you're halfway through it and you get some like feedback on a tattoo you're doing and then you kind of aren't sure if you should stick with your like initial tattoo vision or change it halfway through.
And that's one.
Because
that's
tattoos are hard to change on the fly. Like I'm not a tattoo artist, but I just know that once you get your idea going, it's kind of like
because you map it all out for specific body parts.
Yeah,
that's what makes it hard to change.
Yeah, and especially if you start putting colors in and stuff. It's like once you start rolling, you're rolling.
Yeah, it's not like you can just paint over top of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Once you got like you're 3/4 of the way, then you got 5 different colors, and it's like
yeah, crap.
You know, can you change that to a different color?
No.
It's like, no, can't do it.
Cannot.
So I mean, there's a lot of things that you can change maybe a bit, but something like a tattoo, once you're rolling on it, you can't really change it. And if you get feedback halfway through, it's like you're just kind of staring at it. Like, you know, there's some things you can touch up maybe a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's like once you start. You know, you're rolling.
Yeah, that's true.
You're rolling, man. Rolling.
We saw Fred Durst. Not literally.
Yeah.
The guy that looked like Fred Durst.
We saw a guy that looked like Fred Durst while we were out and about, and it was pretty awesome.
It was funny.
She's like, "Look, Fred Durst." I'm like, "Nice."
It's totally Fred Durst.
We just bumped into Fred Durst out there.
It was hilarious.
What's up, Fred Durst?
It was like that time I bumped into Lenny Kravitz.
Oh yeah, you bumped into Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah. Who else have I seen?
Who else have I bumped into?
I've seen David Suzuki. I've actually seen the real David Suzuki and a fake David Suzuki.
Okay, fair.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, it's always funny when you kind of run into someone that looks like someone else that's like somebody that you've seen or a musician that you like or something or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, there he is right there. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
When you're out and about. Out in the boot?
Out in the boot?
When you're out in the boot. Out there in the boot.
No dude to boot it.
No dude to boot it. You've had some interesting restroom experiences while being out in the boot about some stinky ones, some funny ones, some ones that aren't so good.
Yeah.
Public restrooms are questionable.
So, for medical stuff, we were in this really gnarly building that was really cool. It was a
very
cool building.
Good architecture.
Yeah, really, it looked like something out of Greece.
Yeah.
But the bathroom smelled like a tortoise. The women's bathroom smelled like a tortoise, which, granted, the person we were staying with had a pet tortoise, so I had just smelled the tortoise smell, and it was identical.
Nice.
I'm like, what is this?
I remember you saying that, and I laughed so much. You're like, does it still smell like tortoise? Like, that bathroom smells like tortoise. I'm like, in that bathroom you said smell worse than an actual tortoise.
It did.
And the actual tortoises, if they're clean, they're not too bad.
They're kind of smelly. I don't know. I find like turtles and tortoises have this smell to them for some reason that like doesn't agree with my nose.
Fair. It's strong. It stings the nostrils.
Yeah, like I can smell some pretty stinky things, but
Fair.
there's something with that smell that just like.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a pet turtle or a pet tortoise?
Pet tortoise.
Pet tortoise?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say turtle.
No, I'd take a tortoise. Tortoises are so cool.
Yeah, that's fair. They're pretty big and they look like they're just trying to figure out life every second you look at them.
That's why they're cool.
Yeah. It's like you're going to outlive me. And...
Turtles are the same, though. Turtles are dumb. So, like, there's one turtle at the science center that I work with who, he's by himself. But like any other being, he gets horny once in a while. So he fell in love with a rock. So there's a rock in his tank that he's fallen in love with.
Oh.
And he legit does his little, like, turtle sexy dance, trying to seduce the rock. And, like, he doesn't understand why the rock isn't going for him, because it's just like, really, dude?
How come this rock hasn't moved in 4 years?
Like, why doesn't she love me? It's a fucking rock.
It's been 4 years I've been putting the moves on this rock. It's tough. This rock is not going to budge.
So bad for him.
This rock is not... This must be a diamond. This must be a diamond. It's not moving anywhere. It's got diamond skin.
Yup. So,
That's hilarious.
I like the tortoise because they're a dry animal. I like dry things.
Fair, okay.
And they're terrestrial, so they can just, like, walk around on the ground anywhere.
That's true. Taking care of, like, wet beings is a whole other concept.
Yeah, like, man.
Yeah. Turtle upkeep.
Ugh. I've never had a pet turtle.
They're cool, though.
My sister had one.
They're cool.
She didn't take care of it. It stank. No. It's gross.
She didn't take care of her turtle?
No. It was nasty. It was stinky.
That sucks.
So you'd want a turtle?
No.
Tortoise?
No, probably tortoise.
They're cool. Except for that snake neck turtle. That thing's awesome.
I'm on the same page with the tortoise. Yeah. And I kind of agree with you that I'm more of a dry animal upkeep kind of person.
Yeah.
Aside from having fish in a fish tank, which, we pretty much suck at. And we try our best.
The last one wasn't our fault, I don't think.
I don't know. We try our best with fish tanks, but...
The mystery.
We definitely don't have a good record so far with fish tanks.
We do not.
We're trying.
We did. We are. We will.
Continue to try.
Yes. On
the next episode of Taking Care of Fish, will the fish make it?
Live?
Will the fish make it?
Will it live?
Oh man, flip a coin.
Pretty much.
Taking care of animals is tough.
Mm-hmm.
God.
It is tough.
That's why I like the people that are, part of, wildlife maintenance and, like, maintenance. That's kind of the wrong word, care. The people that take care of wildlife and monitor wildlife and the habitats, and that's what they do every day. It's like, that's such a hard thing to do.
I do that.
Yeah, I know, but yours is wildlife within the aspect of a science center. I'm talking about wildlife.
Oh, out in the wild?
Yeah, it's different.
I feel like it'd probably be easier to take, like, observing and caring for wild animals as opposed to animals in captivity.
Wild animals in captivity?
Because they're not in their optimal living space.
Like zoo wild animals.
Yeah, like they just... You're fighting an uphill battle.
So you're saying it's easier to take care of a wild animal that's not at a zoo than one that's in a zoo?
I think so. Because you don't really have to take care of the wild animal. You just have to observe it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's really depending on you.
In a way, you're more just monitoring it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. It's kind of doing its thing.
Yeah. It's not like in my instance where if we don't have the right food for a particular bug because it's from a weird country that we tend to not get that food for, that bug's not going to eat and that bug's going to starve. Whereas in the wild, you wouldn't have that problem.
Well, at least in North America, you don't have to worry about the people eating the bugs.
That's true.
Because we're scared of them because we think they're pests.
I know. Humans are weird.
Ugh.
And then you tell people that they eat bugs every day and they just don't know it and that the food industry lies to them. And then they get scared.
Yeah, the more you look into the food industry, the more you don't want to know.
Oh yeah, I never did ask you about that sushi thing that you were looking at, but I don't know if I want to know.
Oh yeah, I watched a whole video on how, like, sushi is kind of, I don't know, made's the wrong word. Just
prepared?
Prepared, caught, I guess. Handled.
So is it a special type of fish? Like when they use salmon or whatever, is it a particular type or is it just like regular salmon you can buy in the grocery store?
It's just how you prepare it, how you
clean it,
clean it, it's mostly just the cleaning, man, like how you take care of it.
You gotta get rid
making
of
sure
bacteria.
it's not, keeping it at good temperatures, make sure it's not rotting in the sun, and it's like, it's all very temperature sensitive. It's like, it's food. It's food, man. You can't, if meat starts to spoil, you can't eat it. You can't unspoil it.
Don't eat it.
You can't unspoil it.
Nope.
So it's
spoiler alert.
It's a lot of temperature regulation. A lot of it's food, man. It's meat. It's animals. Once they pass on to become food, you gotta maintain that. You can't leave a fish out in the sun for a couple of days then eat it. It's not gonna work.
Speaking of leaving things, this kid today told me that he's from Manitoba, him and his mom.
Yeah.
And specifically Winnipeg. So. Wait, no, I said that wrong. They were from Winnipeg, not from Manitoba.
They were from Winnipeg, but they moved away from Winnipeg. Let's clear that up.
So they were from Winnipeg.
As most people that are from Winnipeg tend to move away from Winnipeg.
They didn't move. They were doing like a road trip kind of
We were from Winnipeg, then we decided Winnipeg wasn't for us.
Winnipeg's weird. Anywho, so these people caught a mouse and put it in a container of some sort, thinking they were going to go back to it later.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about it. Remembered like a year later. So kid, he's like probably 12, 13. So he's like, I wonder what has happened to the mouse. So he said he like opened the container and there was just this mouse skeleton and some dust lying in the container. I'm like, that's hilarious.
Oh yeah, after an entire year, dude. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, nature took its course on that.
Yes, it did.
For sure. That's wacky, man. Mm-hmm. That's wackiness.
Yep.
Well, hey, it is what it is. Remember that one time you were supposed to clean that skull, but we never really got clean?
It wasn't a skull, it was a pelvis.
Oh, yeah, it was a pelvis, that's right.
Yeah. I tried researching it, and then I got overwhelmed and hit a wall, and then I just crawled in a hole. And now the pelvis is gone.
Fair. Now what?
The pelvis is gone.
Pelvis is gone. It's gone.
I mean, I don't blame you for getting rid of the pelvis.
Let's find another pelvis.
The likelihood of finding a pelvis, though.
Could be rare. I mean, yeah, it's pretty unique. The likelihood of finding another one overnight's probably very minimal.
Yeah. That's okay. It was cool.
Imagine that. You leave a mouse in a container and you come back for it a year later because you just forget about it.
Yuck.
That's gross, man.
But cool at the same time, because I'm into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
I know you're not. I know it weirds you out.
Well, it's just a natural process, but I'm not really into dissecting things and stuff.
I have a really gross story that I don't know if I should ever say out loud, but I got a gross story.
We'll keep it for later.
Yeah. I think if I say it to these people, they might think I'm a serial killer, so I'm just going to shut my mouth.
We'll keep that for...
but I'm gross.
We'll keep that for another episode when we have 6 beers and come to the bar.
Can you imagine us doing a bar episode with 6 beers?
Huh, we should try that.
We'd have like a 4-hour-long episode.
Oh, yeah.
We should do like a live thing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys want to see a live episode?
Well, this is live. It's always live.
It's not... No, though. Like...
It's always live. We're live right now.
Yeah, but, I mean... But not at the same time. Like, we're not having a drink with them.
We're live, though. We're recording this live.
You know what I mean?
We're not broadcasting live?
Yes.
But we're live recording what's being done live.
Yes, but we're not live broadcasting.
We're not taking Q&A questions.
No.
We're not doing a Q&A.
No.
It's not like calling now to talk to us and ask us questions about things. And then if you send us a case of beer, Amanda will tell you the story.
If you send us a case of beer, I will tell you the story. And I'm still waiting for that Elvis record.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. If you
Christmas is coming!
The Elvis edition for Christmas, we talked about this on, I don't know, at some point.
At some point.
And it's one of the Christmas albums. And you'd have to look back and see exactly which one it is. But if you have that vinyl, send it to Amanda.
Me.
Her birthday is coming up next year again.
But Christmas.
it already passed. Actually, happy birthday a few days back. Because it wasn't that long ago that we had her birthday.
I was deathly ill.
I made her a cake. Maybe I'll throw it up. Should I throw up a picture of the cake I made?
I made her a cake. Should I throw it up? Puke up cake.
This cake is gross!
Here's the cake.
Oh, this cake is disgusting!
If you want to toss in a picture of the cake, sure.
So I made Amanda Elvis cake. It's the pink Cadillac. It's the 1949 J Series Cadillac. Yes, of course. No, it's the 1969 J Series Cadillac. J stands for junk. And the version that I made is not a very good rendering of the Cadillac. Because it's a cake. Because it's a cake. Because it's a cake. And I'm not a cake maker, so I tried my best.
You're not cake boss.
I tried my best. I'm not cake boss. I'm not a cake boss maker. But maybe I'll throw up a picture. Of the cake, because it was a pretty cool.
It was a cool cake. I liked it.
Cool cake. Yeah.
I feel like I probably would have liked it better if I wasn't dying, but.
Yeah, you were kind of sick when I made that.
I
cake.
was very sick.
Yeah.
I put on a good face.
Yeah.
Except for when I fell asleep sitting in
Being
the chair.
sick on your birthday sucks.
Yeah, man. And Halloween, like my favorite time of year, I was a corpse.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's a rough life being a gangster.
Oh, I can't choose you. It's empty.
Well,
That's
be
bad luck.
Well, I got a little bit left, but I'm almost done.
Okay. Can't do it.
Yeah, it's a rough life being a gangster, but it was good to be back.
Being a gangster?
It's good
gangster?
to.
What?
It's a rough life being a gangster.
I thought you were talking about being sick on your birthday.
Yeah, I know, but I just felt like saying being a gangster because you know being sick on your birthday
Side note
is tough, but.
We need to get a bottle of Winter Jack.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the only Jack we don't have.
Well, haven't we been trying to find one?
Well, last year I was going to get one.
They didn't have any.
No, there was a Jack shortage.
There was a Jack shortage.
That hurts my feelings. Yes.
People love Jack so much that there was a Jack shortage. Oh, man. That's okay.
It's alright.
I feel like we're going to battle this Jack shortage.
We will.
And it's going to come back better than ever. Better than ever, huh?
Hey!
Hey! Better than ever. Every time we come back, we're better than ever. I don't know.
Every time.
Every second time.
Yeah.
I think I'm taller. I grew.
I'm slouching.
I grew.
Now you're on your toes. Relax down on my toes.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, my calves.
Is that a bad idea?
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know how to end this one. I'm having fun. I don't even really want to end it.
I want to sit.
Yeah?
And just not. I want to wash my face. I've been wearing my makeup.
How
for
funny
like
would it be to do
12
like
hours.
some sort of Q&A where we like took questions?
Do you think anyone would ask us a question?
Probably. I think we could maybe... we would only answer certain questions based on how much beer got sent to us. I feel like that's a fair trade.
I think so.
But we would never really know because you can't...
We need to establish a P.O. box to get beers.
Yeah. There's got to be some sort of rendering there that we have to figure out.
Yep.
Fair.
We'll
Okay.
figure that out.
Well, you can't
I
choose
can't.
zero.
That's bad luck.
All right, everyone. Good to be back.
Bye.
Stay safe out there.
See you next week.
Peace.